Okay. All right, we are live here once again. Ruben Obed here, transmitting live from Dorado, Puerto Rico, GB Music Group Studios, and this is our segment of Solar Power for Dummies. This little segment that I'm doing right now is a segment that it's basically how to live off of solar. Now, a lot of people, they show their equipment, how they built it, but a lot of times, they don't express what the realities of living off grid is. Okay, there are pros and there are cons. I'm here to talk about the cons. Okay, the cons is that when you have a small solar system, you have to be monitoring everything. It's kind of like similar to if people remember prepaid cell phones where they had minutes, right? And you had to be very frugal and be right, to the point. When you're living off of solar, especially if you have a small array, you can't get into the bad habits that we do when we are on the grid, leaving the TV on when nobody's watching, leaving the lights on. You know what I mean? We have to be totally conscious of our usage. Is that a con? Well, in a way, not really. I mean, because you become conscious of the power you're using and you stop wasting. You know what I mean? And when we're on the grid, we waste power. But you really learn the level of how much we waste when we're on solar. Because then we're trying to save every little bit. So it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson not only on how to save power, but also how to start saving economically. You know what I mean? All these things kind of tie in and go together. I have been living off grid, for a while, and I don't regret it, because I do not have the worry of having a electric bill every month. I don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? When things are economically tight, being without power is not one of my worries. Getting cut off is not one of my worries. When a hurricane comes like here to Puerto Rico, while everybody's without power, I'm gonna have the whole house. I'm gonna have my fridge on. I'm gonna have my lights on. I'm gonna have my TV on. I'm gonna sleep with a fan. Why? Because that's what solar does. Solar is incredible. It's awesome, and the sun will come out tomorrow. Now, what are the cons? Well, you have to be very vigilant. When you see that the day is kind of cloudy, turn on your generator. Give your solar panels and your batteries a little boost. Leave it alone. I do it every day. I wake up in the morning, I turn my little generator on for an hour or two. It's good for the generator because it keeps cycling that old gasoline. At the same time, you exercise the generator. You're not really overworking it because it's a little while just to give it a little boost. you know and it gives your batteries a little edge. Lead acid batteries love to be fully charged. They really, and that's the best way to keep them fully charged. And they will last you the longest that way. So my recommendation is this. Learn what you're using. Like, for example, if your system produces 20 amps an hour and you have a fan that pulls 15 amps an hour, then you know that if you turn that fan on, then you're only going to be getting 5 amps into your batteries because the other 15 are getting consumed by that fan. So what do you do in a situation like that? Well, in a situation like that, you take advantage of the fact that the sun is out. Leave the fan off if it consumes that much. Go outside, go for a walk, sit under a tree. Let your batteries charge. Because at night, you're going to need that fan when it gets really hot. You know what I'm saying? At night, you're going to need that fan. So, that's the important things about solar, and those are the cons. The cons are that you're not as free as you would be like on the grid, but in a way, hey, it's a trade-off. What do you prefer? Having a bill every month, having them charge you whatever the hell they want, or be free from them, be self-sustainable, know what you have, and know what you're. So I don't regret, being on solar. I really don't. I like it. I am expanding my solar, to the point that as I grow my system, it will be more and more as if I was on grid. You know what I mean? So right now I run my entire house, lights, TV, fans. The only thing I don't run is air conditioner because my battery bank, which consists of 6 deep cycle batteries in parallel, my battery bank basically has enough power to run everything that I run in my entire house all day. But if I turn the air conditioner on, that same battery bank is only going to last me like 3 hours. So why would I trade 3 hours of use for an entire day of using everything, using my laptop, turning on fan, turning on TV, having my refrigerator on? Why would I trade that for 3 hours of air conditioning? It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So yes, there's a trade-off. Now, if you have the money and if you're gonna make and if money isn't an issue, then you make yourself or you hire a company or you build yourself a system that can handle constant air conditioning. It's possible you can spend an arm and a leg, especially if you hire a company, but it can be done. You know what I'm saying? But even still, you're still limited because if you have a really big system and you're running air conditioner and then you run into a 2 or 3 day streak where it's rainy and there's hardly no sun, your system is you're not going to be able to run that air conditioner because your batteries are going to get drained. And then you're going to need time for the sun to recoup all that electricity that you wasted to recover the batteries. So air conditioning can be done. My recommendation would be this: build your system for your house for all your needs, and then build a separate system only for air conditioning. Hey, if it runs out, whatever happens, okay, the air conditioning thing ran out. Then you leave the air conditioner off 1 or 2 days. You keep using your main house system. Once that's charged, hey, you go back to using it or whatnot. But you can't mess up your home system just for a comfort. If you're gonna use air conditioner, you may as well just and you're doing it off grid. If you want to use an AC, then get a nice size generator and pour some gas in it. That's actually a lot easier. You know what I mean? So, but solar is great, man. Solar is great, especially if you get into building it yourself. It's a hobby. It teaches you. You learn a lot. You learn a lot, and you can help others. That's the most important part. Right now, if there's a hurricane, I and let's say a neighbor has no power, I can actually throw them an extension cord and help them charge their phones. Maybe help them have a fan all night. You know what I'm saying? And those are the important things. So, all right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go do a couple of things, but I'll talk to you guys later. Ruben Obed. So if you like our videos, if you like our content, you wish to make a donation, the PayPal link is below, and it allows us to continue doing our whole off-grid journey as well as do these insightful videos for people to learn and take control of their energy. Take care, guys. Peace.